Explain like I'm 5. How do blackouts start occurring with less drinking, particularly in alcoholics? Inspired by another post about alcohol. I am a recovering alcoholic and just curious how blackouts seem to happen progressively faster. I've heard this is common in people who abuse alcohol. Reverse tolerance. Essentially, your liver becomes so damaged from heavy drinking that it no longer produces the enzymes required to metabolize the alcohol. It has to do with the body's response to being oversaturated with a poison it can't process. Alcohol abuse over decades really messes with each organ system, i.e., alcohol-related neuropathy, wet brain, etc. This Naked Mind by Annie Grace does a deep dive on this. Brain gets damaged and there's less cognitive reserve. Liver gets damaged and has less capacity to metabolize and clear out the alcohol. This is a fascinating thread for a medical professional reading. I think a good number of the stories describe Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Korsakoff's is very common among alcoholics due to poor absorption and subsequent deficiency of vitamin B1. It presents as Balche issues, unstable gait, amnesia, and confusion. It can appear like the sufferer is drunk or has dementia. Also, alcohol acts as a preventative of epileptic seizures. So just as quickly withdrawing anti-epileptic drugs can cause seizures, withdrawal of alcohol can also cause seizures. Repeated attempts to quit alcohol increases the likelihood of having seizures becoming permanent. Worse still, the area of the brain that is affected is very hard and sometimes impossible to treat with anti-epileptic drugs. Sudden withdrawal of alcohol is extremely dangerous. I thought this had more to do with the kindling affect, not so much liver health. The cycle of relapse after quitting and going through withdrawals. Over time, withdrawal effects become worse. It's easier to overconsume, etc. Fit Recovery has a video on it, which is where I heard of it. But the term and phenomena is commonly accepted and has to do with neural changes in brain chemistry from long-term consumption. We spend more and more money on alcohol. And then we have less and less for paying the electricity bill. I think there is a lot of interaction with blocking or decreasing receptors in the brain that help form memories, and you get into a cycle with chronic drinking that makes it worse. Your liver eventually becomes so damaged it cannot clear the alcohol from your blood effectively anymore, so it builds up in your system, causing issues. Recovering alcoholic here. That's true. I got to where I was blackout drunk every night. Of course that was the plan. The liver is saturated or booty prescribing as well. More ethylene gets into your blood. Brains get affected and do not write into longer-term memory. Next day you can't remember because data were not stored. I heard someone say basically it's like your brain understands it's going to black out, so it just does it before it needs to spose muscle memory. Essentially your body accepts it as part of you and doesn't fight it anymore. P.S. When drinking you should always drink 1 liter of water before bed and 2 glasses of orange juice. And a banana when you wake up. This way your body stays hydrated. Hungover is basically dehydration because alcohol is taking the place of water in your body and gets vitamins from fruit. Your brain gets used to it. Oh, we are starting to drink. I know where this is going. And turns off the switch before you get to intense drinking. Blackouts are a result of consuming alcohol quickly, not due to drinking a large amount of alcohol. Does the friend not know that other animals have sex? That isn't a human trait. So the blackouts happen because you damage the part of your brain that is responsible transferring short-term memory, approximately the last 5 minutes of your life, to your long-term memory. The ability to do so is also generally inhibited by alcohol. And if you stop drinking as much as you did beforehand, your tolerance goes down, and this might occur after less alcohol consumption.